Baushuk, thank you. Kindly all participants open our studio. All participants, please open our studio. Open our studio and type done within chat. Okay, thank you. In our previous class, we have learned some basic statistics about descriptive statistics. Now, in today's class, we will work some basic statistics like variance analysis. For example, we will perform t-test, and ANOVA. So first you need to understand what is the difference between t-test and ANOVA. And what is t-test? Please confirm me, have we done t-test or ANOVA in our previous class or not? I hope we don't have done. Okay, thank you for confirmation. So first task is t-test. So you need to again ask 4 questions for every task. When you are given any task for statistical analysis by your supervisor, you need to ask 4 questions from your supervisor, from your internet, or from your ChatGPT. First question, what is t-test? What is the t-test? Why t-test? Why we will be perform t-test? Third, types of t-test. And fourth is sample dataset for t-test related to your field of study. So today all participants will download dataset of your own field. So first I am going to ask first question. You need to ask this question one by one, but you don't need to follow me. Just watch this video. Then I will give you time. You will perform this task. Then we will move to next step. So please first listen and watch carefully. You need to ask this first question, what is t-test? First you need to understand about t-test and why t-test. Copy these 2 questions, open ChatGPT page, open ChatGPT. You don't need follow now, just watch and listen. Paste here and send message. When you send this message, ChatGPT will reply to you. A t-test is a statistical test used to determine whether there is a significant difference between the mean of 2 groups. The important thing is 2 groups. T-test is only for 2 groups. Compare mean for 2 groups. For example, here are 2 groups. You have a data set. In your data set, you have 2 groups. In treatment section, two group. One group is A and other group is B. And you want to compare the results. Variables may be multiple. You want to compare these group, mean of this group A and group B. Now, if you have only two groups, you need to perform t-test for variance. It is commonly applied when comparing the mean of a single sample to a known values or the mean of the two independent or related groups. A t-test is based on student t-test distribution and calculate our t-value to determine whether the observed difference are statistically significant. No. We have a ficus dataset. We have ficus dataset. So here, but this dataset have three group: S1, S2, and S3. Now, if you want to compare the mean of three groups, for example, you have S1, S2, and S3. The group in this file is R3, S1, S2, and S3. Its mean t-test is not applicable here because t-test is only for two groups. T-test is only for two groups. If you want to compare S1 and S2, just only S1 and S2, you can apply t-test. But if you want to compare the result or the mean of three groups, you need to apply ANOVA. You need to move toward ANOVA. Now, hope you have understand what is t-test. T-test is used to compare the mean of two or one group. Now there are three type of t-test: one sample t-test, independent two sample t-test, or paired dependent t-test. One sample t-test. In one sample t-test, you have only one group. For example, here is a data set and you have only one group A. You have measured readings of just group A and you want to compare it with a known already published data. If you want to compare it already published data with single group, here is a single group and you want to compare A with a known value. For example, here is a known value for 60. For example, average age of human is 60. So it is the known value. You want to compare the age of this group with this known values. For example, one sample t-test, compare the mean of a single sample to a known or hypothesized population means. Example, testing if the average height of the student in a class is significantly different from a national average. Independent two sample t-test. If you have two samples, for example, sample A and sample B. Sample A and sample B. Then you will perform two sample t-test. Pair dependent t-test. If you have data set in pair, yes or no, before and after. For example, you have a one group and you have get reading before and after. Before, after. You have reading in the form of before treatment and after treatment, and you want to compare before and after, then this type of data set will be used for paired dependent t-test. Compare the mean of two related groups, for example, before and after measurements on the same group. Example, comparing the cholesterol level of patients before and after treatment. No. Why use a t-test? Assessing group difference. You can find the difference between two groups. Small sample size. It is used when you have a small data set. Foundation for others. T-test form the basis for many advanced statistical methods such as ANOVA. Key exemptions. The data is approximately normally distributed. The variance of the groups are equal, and these are the assumptions. Okay. So here is the example scenario, but we need a sample data set. So I am sending him, please give me sample data table for each type of t test. Here is a sample data table for each type of t test. Test if the average score of the student in the math class differs from the national average. This is the general data. You need to explore dataset of your own field. Here is the independent two sample t-test. You have two groups, traditional and new method. Here is the pair dependent t-test data, weight before and weight after. Okay. Now we need this dataset in Excel file. This is ChatGPT generated example data. If you want to do practice for this type of data set, if you don't have data specific for like this, or if you have this type of data and you want to arrange, you can arrange according to this data set. Here is the sample data. Arrange your file according to this data, import into R, take str and perform analysis. But because we don't have data set for t-test, so I am going to download this data set from ChatGPT. So please all participants let me know your field of study so that I download according to your field of study and send you for practice. Please all participants give me your field of study. Ovarian cancer. Okay. Public health. I am first ovarian cancer. I am writing here. Please give me sample data table for each type of T test for ovarian cancer example. Now here are the sample data set for each type of T test tailored to an ovarian cancer study. So here is scenario. Test if the average level of a specific biomarker CA1 to 5 in ovarian cancer patients differ from the general population mean. So here is the patient, here is the ovarian cancer data, and here is another table independent to sample test for survival time and treatment group, and here is the another paired tumor size before treatment and tumor size after treatment. So this is the example set for ovarian cancer. No, I need this file in Excel file. So I am typing here, please give this sample table in Excel file.
Excuse me, Professor, we cannot hear you. Your mic is muted.
Very sorry. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, it's okay now.
Okay, I think by clicking with mouse, my mic muted. That's why you are unable to hear me. Okay, please let me know. Last topic, last point, which you have heard.
So we missed the whole section from the last point.
Okay. Okay, now I'm just giving you a brief and do practice. Otherwise, I will repeat this section again in tomorrow class.
Okay,
Okay.
Professor.
Okay.
Okay, Professor.
Uh, I am repeating this because we have just now 22 minutes. I am repeating it. If I repeat it completely, you will do. Otherwise, we will repeat it again in tomorrow class. I think after asking you about your field of study, you give me the answer about your field of study. No. Okay. For example, no, here is the public health. Sadhu Shahid Kobia is from public health. No. For example, he want to do practice on public health data for t-test. His task is perform t-test on public health data. First, you need to ask 4 questions from ChatGPT. 4 question. Number 1. What is t-test? Second, why t-test? Third, you need to ask type of t-test. And last question you need to ask sample data table for t-test. First question is what is t-test, why t-test, type of t-test and sample data table for t-test. Now you need to ask this question from ChatGPT. Open ChatGPT, copy this question. First you need to understand your task, your test. T-test is simple. Hope already all participants are aware about with this t-test, but you may get the name some difficult analysis, for example, structural equivalent modeling, regression, and some other type of analysis. First, you need to explore this analysis. So first you need to understand what is this analysis, why we are going to perform its type and its sample data set so that we can arrange our data set according to this file. Send this message to ChatGPT. ChatGPT will give you the answer of these questions So what is t-test? A t-test is the statistical test used to compare the mean of two groups to determine if they are significantly different from each other. It assumes that the data follow a normal distribution and is widely used in hypothesis test. So these I think you have learned, and here are three types of t-tests: one sample t-test, independent t-test, and paired t-test. And here is the sample data set. Now we want to perform sample data set for health science. We need a sample data set, sample example set for health science. So I am typing here, please give example for health science data. Now here is the example using the health science data for each type of t-test. So here is the systolic BP patient, independent t-test. You need gender, male and female. You have two group. One is male and other is female. While in paired t-test, you have a data set before treatment and after treatment. No. If you want to perform statistical analysis for practice on this sample data set, you need to download this sample data set from ChatGPT. Write a message to ChatGPT. I want to download this sample table in Excel file. Here is the downloadable link for Excel file. Download it and do practice. Download it, import this file into R and perform t-test. Uh, uh, th this dataset consists of files for all three type of t-test. You don't need to arrange. If you want to perform your, no, here is the file. Yes, here is the file. One sample t-test, independent t-test, and paired sample t-test. If you want to arrange your dataset for t-test, you need which type of, first you need to understand which type of t-test uh, you will be able to perform on your dataset. For example, your dataset is matched for independent t-test. Then you need to arrange your file like this. You maybe have multiple files. You maybe have multiple variables because this is a sample data set just only for two variables. You may also have multiple variables. For example, here is the cholesterol level, blood pressure level, sugar level, and lot of other variables can be found here. So this is a sample data set for uh, independent t-test with the example of health science. Now all participants please download this dataset of your own field of study from ChatGPT and perform t-test for all three types: one sample t-test, two sample t-test, and paired sample t-test. Okay, clear? Please do practice. We have a few minutes. If you found any error or any confusion, I will assist you. Please, if task is clear, type clear within chat. If not, you can open your mic, and if you have any question, you can also open your mic or you share your screen. Please all participants reply me. If task is clear, type clear within chat. Are you hearing me? Please, if task is clear, type yes or clear within chat and start your work. Please all participants, if task is clear, type clear and start your task. I am just waiting for your reply. Okay, thank you. Now please perform your task and share the result and plot within group for all three type of t-test. Please perform analysis, and I am also live, and here you can share your screen if you found any error or any issue, are unable to download dataset from ChatGPT, you can discuss me.